Wendy Williams and Britney Spears' Guardianships inspire new Lifetime film starring Melissa Joan Hart and Lala Anthony. Bad Guardian will detail the story about one woman's fight to save her father from the clutches of a corrupt and greedy court appointed guardian. Hmm. Melissa Joan Hart, who we know from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, uh, Melissa and Joey. So, Melissa Joan Hart and Lala Anthony are joining the ongoing debate about conservatorships rules in the new Lifetime movie, just days after the network dropped its bombshell series, Where is Wendy Williams, which follows the former television host after she was placed under a court ordered guardianship and continues to struggle with alcohol addiction and health issues. Lifetime announced its new film, Bad Guardian. The thriller centers around fictional court appointed guardianship that goes awry and is inspired by countless true stories of individuals who have been put in the care of a guardian by courts and raised the question of, are these caretakers helpful or harmful? We've learned about this with Bam and Lima, and then, of course, Brittany, Wendy. There is so many people that have actually been in conservatorships or still are under guardianships, and it's not highlighted or discussed or talked about. So the awareness needs to stay put on it. Before Free Britney, not a lot of people knew anything about this. So it's very important to keep it out there. Per the film's official description, Bad Guardian will detail the story about one woman's fight to save her father from the clutches of a corrupt and greedy court appointed guardian. When Lay's, which is Melissa Joan Hart's character's father, Jason Eric Pierpoint, suffers a fall while she's out of town, the court assigns Jason a guardian, Janet Anthony. At first, Janet seems to be a big help to Jason, but things quickly take a terrible turn, reads the synopsis. Janet is legally in charge of every aspect of Jason's life and doesn't waste any time placing him in a nursing home, auctioning off his home, all worldly possessions, and using the excuse that he needs the proceeds are needed for his care. Then they have this picture of Wendy. Through Late's continued to challenge Janet's efforts, the Guardian successfully prevents his family members from visiting while Jason's health deteriorates. Janet's is too expensive. So ultimately, she decides against it. As the whistleblowers around Jason meet untimely ends, Lee finds the strength to take down the Guardian and the corrupt system that supports her. This synopsis concludes. In a press release shared with People, Diane Diamond, a journalist and author of We're Here to Help When Guardianship Goes Wrong, reveals that more than some 2 million Americans are currently placed under a guardian or conservatorship. 2 million, wow. So it's more common than people think. The expert reports that state courts confiscate over 50 billion from their ward annually, and 98% of people placed into its care never get out, with zero federal laws to regulate the guardianship conservatorship system, which is very true. Bad Guardian comes as several high-profile conservatorships, including that of Britney Spears and Wendy Williams, continue to raise questions and be discussed in the news. In November 2021, Spears' 13-year conservatorship was terminated, which was, unprecedented. Her father, Jamie, along with a lawyer, controlled the singer's finances and personal assets through the conservatorship, as well as her freaking business manager, Lou Taylor. Spears recently spoke out about the hardships she faced during that time in her bombshell memoir, The Woman in Me. More recently, Williams' life has been under a microscope after Lifetime's 2-part series, Whereas Wendy Williams aired last weekend, portraying her troubled life and health issues following the end of her talk show. 2 days ahead of its release, Williams' care team revealed she had been diagnosed with progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia (FTD). Williams' family claimed they were kept in the dark about her diagnosis and that they've had limited contact with her since she was placed under her legal guardianship in May 2022. This is very sad. Williams has been in a facility receiving treatment since April 2023, and while her family says they cannot call her, she can call them. The same day Williams' diagnosis was released, her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, filed a lawsuit against Lifetime's parent company A&E Television Network, seeking to halt the release of the documentary. That effort was denied by an appeals court. By the controversy around Williams' guardianship remains ongoing as her family continues to fight on her behalf. The project is expected to air later this year. What do you guys think? Is this a good thing? A bad thing? Do you think the documentary, putting it out there might carry on the awareness and the seriousness of this type of scenario and wake people up? I mean, it's sad to see her like that, and it might not be fair. Um, we don't really know if she was all for it or not for it at all. Um, but I do think it needs to be seen because people need to see what's really happening behind closed doors. Some people still don't really believe what happened to Britney. It's a shame. It really is. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. I will see you in a new video soon. Sorry if it's a little choppy. Like I said, this is my old laptop and I don't have my microphone working. So I have an old headset going on, but hopefully we'll get things going again. I'm Leenda, and that's for the record, Your Honor.